Hey guys, I hope everybody's day is going well. I have decided this weekend that I'm going to start doing some how-to dog training videos. There has been a few times where on some form of social media I have encountered someone who was having issues with their dog. And whenever they were having the issues, I would do the best that I could while only using Messenger or text message to help them as much as I possibly could. But with a lot of people, I could really just tell that that wasn't quite enough, and they needed a little bit more of like a hands-on or visual way to look at it. So today is July 21st. It is a Sunday, and it is the first day that I'm going to do one of these how-to videos, and I'm going to try to make this something weekly. Today, the how-to video is going to be on how to get your dog to focus. In my opinion, your dog learning how to focus is kind of the first step in teaching any kind of obedience. You would need this task to be able to move forward with any other style of training, such as if you're someone who wants to be competitive, or if you're someone who is just a pet owner and want your dog to be mindful of their manners whenever you're out in public or even just at home. So I'm going to grab a dog and let's get started. And I'm back with my personal dog, Tia. Tia already has a bit of training, but we are showing a little bit of what a training session will look like when you have your dog's focus. You will see that her head is up and looking at me through the various tasks I am asking of her. Here I'm going to ask for a little bit of a backup, which we're just starting to learn, and then a downstay. I have now armed myself with some more treats so I can show a bit of the step-by-step process on teaching your dog to focus on you. You will see that I put the treat to the nose and bring the treat up to my eye. Once I get some eye contact, I will mark the behavior by saying yes and reward. Here you'll see that the next step is to bring the treat to the nose, up to your eye, say the word look, and then extend your arm to the right or to the left. And once your dog brings its eyes back to you, rather than looking at the treat, again, mark it by saying yes and give the treat. Make sure you do both sides. Here, I'm giving a little bit of a better view of what the eyes are doing on the dog. You'll see I'll go treat to nose, nose to eyes, and extend my arm out, wait for the eye contact, and reward. Yes, and reward. Again, treat to nose, nose to eyes, extend my arm out. You can see because she looks over a little bit to follow the treat, yes, and reward. Yes, and reward. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the small video that I put together on how to teach your dog to focus. When working with your dog, please don't get discouraged if your dog doesn't make eye contact immediately. Sometimes it takes them a little bit of time to feel comfortable actually making that eye contact with you. And they also have to realize that whenever they do make that eye contact, that they get treats. So just, stick with it and make sure you only keep your training times to about 10-15 minutes each time that you work with your dog. Some of the key tips for this particular training exercise: one is don't say the command until your dog comfortably looks at you each time that you bring the treat to your eyes. Meaning if you go treat to the nose, nose up to your eye with the treat, and your dog just never even makes any kind of eye contact, don't say the word look, because you're just teaching your dog learned irrelevance, and that completely defeats the purpose of training, really. Number two is always make sure that you mark immediately as the dog makes eye contact. So if you go treat to the nose, nose up to your eye, and your dog makes eye contact, you want to say yes, and then immediately reward the dog as soon as you get that eye contact. Same thing if you go treat to nose, nose to eye, and extend your arm out. Wait for that eye contact to come back, and then reward the dog by saying yes and then giving the treat. Always make sure that you mark immediately as the dog gives you that eye contact. Number 3 is when you make it to the point where you are comfortable to go treat to nose, nose to eyes, and extend extend your arm out to the right or to the left. Doing this provides a distraction for your dog to get the dog to look away from you. And so whenever the dog just stares at the tree, if they stare for longer than 30 seconds, do not reward. Just go right back to the first step of treat to nose, nose to eyes, and then out again, and wait for that dog to make its contact back to you, then go yes, and reward the dog. If you have any questions or would like to make any kind of recommendation for the next how-to video, please drop a comment below, and I will see you next week.